if this is true, and that redacted name is Loretta Lynch on the authority of Barack Obama, holy crikeys, we have like not just the biggest scandal in modern, you have the biggest scandal in political history ever. Now, fair enough, you're probably saying to yourself right now, again, if they're ordering surveillance on a foreigner, Kislyak, that's Ambassador Kislyak, that's who Flynn was talking to on December 29th. Well, how exactly would they know it was Mike Flynn? Remember, so let's walk through how this would work. You're ordering surveillance on Kislyak, signals intelligence, SIGINT. You're listening to his phone calls. So you're getting the transcripts of all of Kislyak's phone calls. Who knows? He could be calling Domino's for a pizza. We don't know. He's doing it, and all you're getting is U.S. Citizen 1, U.S. Citizen 1. Hello, Domino's, U.S. Citizen 1. They don't know who he's talking to. Kislyak, I would guess, probably makes 50 to 100 phone calls a day, maybe more on his cell phone. Kislyak's not dumb. He knows his phone's being monitored. He's Russian. They're not friends of the United States. So sifting through all those phone calls, you have to ask yourself, well, how would they know specifically if they weren't, say they weren't targeting Mike Flynn and they were legitimately targeting Kislyak? How would they know that Kislyak was talking to Mike Flynn if it just says U.S. Citizen 1? You may say, well, they unmasked it. There are no unmasking requests when that call happened. None. Stop saying that. How did they know we were talking to Flynn? Have you been listen, this is for the serious, like 001 percenters of Dan Bongino show listeners. Forgive me for talking about myself in the third person, but it is an eponymously named show. Some of you are picking this up right now. You're a rare breed. You've been with me from the beginning. How did they know it was Flynn if his name wasn't unmasked? Where was Flynn when the call happened? Oh, in his house? No, he was in the Dominican Republic. How many people you think Sergei Kislyak called in the Dominican Republic that day? Let me draw it out for the liberals. How many people?
Okay.
Hold on. Do I got a Sharpie? Do we have a Sharpie here? I think I threw it at Paula last time. Not just as a joke. Here, I'll have to do it with a pen. Here. Can you see that? One person. They waited for Flynn to leave the country. Very limited access to secure comms. Flynn has already admitted his BlackBerry wasn't working very well. Whether it said U.S. Citizen 1 or not was totally irrelevant. It didn't need to be masked. One, if Barack Obama ordered it, it wouldn't be masked anyway. Hence that title of the Epoch Times piece, his name wasn't unmasked. Maybe they were just listening in the call because Obama ordered it. Ordered the surveillance of Kislyak, and they knew damn well Kislyak was going to call Flynn. So they waited for Flynn to leave and go to the Dominican Republic so they wouldn't have to put in an unmasking request, so they wouldn't leave a paper trail that they were surveilling, in fact, Mike Flynn when they said they were surveilling Kislyak. Now, wait. I just, can you chew on that for a moment? Now, here's the problem. If you're surveilling Kislyak on orders of Barack Obama himself to his attorney general, is that redacted name? Oh, we need to know that immediately. Immediately. Please, DNI Grinnell, get on that one quick. We would love to know who that redacted. Andy McCabe said it. We picked up the call on orders of, we were tasked by redacted. Should call Obama Barack redacted. But if he's going to call the Dominican Republic, how do you guarantee? They know Flynn's in the Dominican Republic. It's not a secret. It's on vacation. It's not a clandestine mission. He took a vacation after the election, December 29, 2016. It's a month and a couple weeks after Trump's historic win. But they're not in office yet. Flynn takes a break from heavy campaigning and all that other stuff and decides to take a breather. Go have a few adult sodas in the Dominican, right? If you want to make sure you can trap Flynn in the surveillance net and you're only monitoring Kislyak under orders of Obama, you have to make sure, Joe, that Kislyak actually calls Flynn.
Yeah.
Right? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Call up Kislyak and go, hey, this is Barack redacted. Can you please call General Mike Flynn so we can listen in on your calls? We're listening to Flynn, but we're pretending we're listening to you? Obviously, you can't. You have to do something to get Kislyak to call Flynn so you can pretend you're listening on Kislyak when you're really listening in on Flynn. So what do? Flynn leaves the country, goes to the Dominican Republic, and Barack Obama issues a statement expelling a bunch of Russian diplomats from Maryland and New York facilities. Remember that, Joe? Joe's in Maryland. They kicked the Russians out of their own facility in Maryland. It was a big story. Mm-hmm. When did that happen? It happened when Flynn was in the Dominican Republic, absolutely guaranteeing that Kislyak, probably surveilled under orders of one Barack redacted, was going to call Mike Flynn. They could say, oh my gosh, we got Flynn on this call. I don't know how it happened. I don't know. We weren't surveilling Flynn. We just got this call. This is just crazy how that happened. How many people you think Kislyak was calling in the Dominican Republic? One, Mike Flynn. But they had to make sure he called, kick out the Russian diplomats. Of course, Kislyak, the ambassador from Russia, is going to call the incoming national security advisor and say, what do we do here? What are you, nuts? Of course he's going to call him. He's the incoming national security advisor. They're probably trying to avoid like a nuclear war. You know, little things like that. So obvious. I've been telling you this theory about Obama kicking out the Russian diplomats while Flynn is gone for what, 2.5 years, 3 years now? Kicking them out, knowing Kislyak would call Flynn so they could listen on the call and set Flynn up for a false statements charge later. This was a trap. And this is precisely why Obama is sweating bullets right now, because who the hell is under that name? Who tasked the FBI with getting the call as it happened in December, despite the fact that there are no unmasking requests? This unmasking thing is a hoax. Yes, Flynn's name was unmasked. That's not a hoax. They've been targeting Flynn. Everything I said yesterday is true. The Foreign Intelligence Black Op, by the way, I have an excellent source on that, is 100%. Their foreign governments were spying on Flynn. I don't think they were doing it after the election, as I said yesterday, because they got scared. The Flynn calls after the election. It's not a FISA warrant. It's not a criminal warrant. And there are no unmaskings. How the hell did they get it? Probably on orders of one BHO, Barack H. Obama.
You just heard the Dan Bongino Show. You can also get Dan's podcasts on iTunes or SoundCloud. And follow Dan on Twitter 24/7 @DBongino.